What's up guys, my name is Gabe and welcome back to the Trojan Blade. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is the full game review for the loss to Penn State. This was a painful one to rewatch. It was right there for us. This was such a winnable game. Having a 20-6 lead at half to only blow it in a matter of minutes, just a brutal way to lose. But before we get into it guys, if you are enjoying the content or you're just in a giving mood, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much and let's get into it. So offensively, man, we've got some problems. I put these up on Twitter a few days ago, and these are just my overall takeaways from watching the USC offense against Penn State. We do not have a number one receiver. I feel like every single one of our wideouts has one skill set that they're really good at. Jacoby Lane is a jump ball specialist. Deuce Robinson is a vertical threat. Mekhi Lemon is great in the slot. But I don't think we have that alpha that can break the game open like an Addison or London could. I think Jacoby Lane has the best chance of being that, but he isn't the best after the catch, and we're not really giving him enough opportunities to go and get those jump balls. And overall, the lack of explosives in the passing game is really surprising to me. Again, we have Jacoby Lane, who I think is the best jump ball specialist in the country. Our wideouts as a whole really aren't getting a ton of separation. Miller's having to fit the ball into very tight windows. So why don't we give Jacoby Lane a chance to go up and get one? I would like to see us do that a lot more often than we currently are. I mean, you're seeing us throw contested fades to Zachariah Branch. Now that just makes no sense to me. Mekhi Lemon has been our best wideout after the catch. I think that's fair to say. Kyle Ford has also had some nice runs after the catch as well. But yeah, at this point, if you're looking for a run after the catch opportunity, throw Mekhi Lemon the ball. Without a doubt, been the most explosive receiver after the catch this year. Let's talk about Zachariah Branch for a minute. Whatever this current role he's having in the offense is, it's not working. He does not get separation when he's running routes. And man, I don't know what it is with this team, but we cannot set up a screen to save our lives right now. Compare this to what we saw in 2022 in Lincoln's first year, and it's like we went from flying to the moon to being back in the Stone Age. Our screen game has to be among the worst in the entire country. We can't set it up, we can't block it, and we cannot get anything after the catch. That's not just a Zachariah problem, that's with everybody. But again, this is another game when Zachariah just looks slower than he did last year. I mean, he can't really outrun anybody right now. Is he fully healthy? Is he just lacking confidence? I mean, there's something up with Zachariah's speed. I know he is a little bigger than he was last year. Maybe that's contributing to it. Whatever it is, it's not working. And for me personally, I would like to see someone else returning kicks and punts. Maybe an Xavier Jordan, maybe a Jaden Richardson. Somebody else needs to be back there because we are getting absolutely zero from the return game. Now, there are ways to use Zachariah that can be successful. We've seen that this year. You have him as option 2 or 3 in a progression running a crosser. And while he isn't as fast as last year, most guys can't keep up with him when he's doing that. Get him the ball in those scenarios. We have to stop throwing him contested catch opportunities. He doesn't come down with those. His entire usage and deployment so far has just been odd to me. And again, it's just not working. Sticking with the passing game, I realize that the tight ends have had to come in more and play in that more H-back role to help out our tackles. But at the same time, from when Lake McCree got injured to now, the pass game has really dropped off efficiency-wise. We have to do something to supplement the pass protection that allows these tight ends to get out in the flats. Walker Lyons is a great receiver, Cade Eldridge as well. Would love to see the tight ends get more opportunities. I think this offense is at its best when it's incorporating the tight end. Now, if you guys remember back to the offseason when I was all aboard the Will Howard train, what I had said during that time is with the linemen we have, with the backs we have, thinking we would have a quarterback like that a 2019 Oklahoma Jalen Hurts style offense would be the best fit for us. And we obviously don't have Will Howard now, we have Miller Moss. They are completely different quarterbacks, but I do think a run-first approach is the way to go. And look, Miller Moss is not a statue. I think we need to start running the quarterback more. He can pull it and pick up a first down for you. Is he gonna have an 80-yard touchdown run? Probably not. But he has more than enough juice to get the job done. Would like to see a lot more of that going forward. The O-line is actually taking steps each and every week. Elijah Page just looks like a freshman. Some plays he looks awesome, others he looks entirely lost. Have not lost an ounce of confidence in him. Still think he's gonna be a great player, still think he's gonna be an All-American, but those growing pains are still there for sure. But his good reps are getting better and better each week. Now we just gotta clean up some of those misses. No doubt he will do that. The interior of this line is really starting to gel. Alani Noah's getting better and better. Emmanuel Pregnon is still our best lineman. And Jonah Monheim is looking more and more comfortable at center. But man, overall, very happy with what we saw from the 3 interior guys. And now going back to quarterback, Miller Moss simply has to be better in those big moments. Like Lincoln Riley said on Trojans Live last week, no player is good enough to overcome catastrophic turnovers. You had both the pick 6 against Michigan and that overthrow to Deuce on Saturday. Those I would absolutely define as catastrophic. Don't blame him for the Minnesota turnovers. Not much you can do when you're getting absolutely blasted under 2 seconds. And before I say this, just let me say I don't claim to know what the calls are. I don't know what the reads are. I don't know what the progressions are. I don't know what Miller is supposed to do on a down-to-down basis. I'm not in that meeting room, so all I'm doing here is asking questions because we have to be more aggressive pushing the ball down the field. I think we can all agree with that. So what's the problem? Is it a matter of Lincoln not trusting Miller? Or is Miller afraid to make a mistake? Because we had time in this game to push the ball downfield. If Jacoby Lane is one-on-one with a corner that's under 6 feet tall, I am fully comfortable with Miller just chucking the ball up there. I don't know if he is, I don't know if Lincoln is, but there's something going on with this passing game. It does not at all look like a typical Lincoln Riley throwing game. Something's up. It's strange to watch, and I feel like we are not utilizing Deuce and Jacoby at all. And of course, even taking that out of it, at a bare minimum, we have to hit the layups. That's what that was. That throw to Deuce was a gimme. He's 6'6", he has a big wingspan. That is a wide open slant crossing the quarterback's face from the left to the right. We cannot miss that throw in that situation. And of course, that one cost us. Now looking at the halfbacks, this is the best room on this USC roster. Quentin Joyner simply needs more touches. Not at the cost of Woody getting less though. Less for everybody else on the offense, more for our 2 backs who are the stars of this team. We've got a real thunder and lightning thing going on with these 2. But again, 3 carries for Quentin, unacceptable. 20 for Woody is fantastic. Don't take any away from him. But early in that second half, we had some opportunities to run the ball, went away from it for some reason, had a 6-play drive where every single play was a pass. And of course, that drive went nowhere. Lincoln does that in these games. He has a 2 or 3 drive spell where he gets very, very pass happy, even when the run game is dominant. Really wish we could stop doing that. Just feels like we're shooting ourselves in the foot in those situations. But you see, the funny thing with this offense, as average as it's looked at times, we just put up 30 on a top 5 defense in the entire country. So things really aren't that bad when you think about it. Why I think it feels so bad at times is I think we're situationally poor. When we get a turnover, when we need a big play at the end of the game, the offense kind of wilts. We're not there in the big moments like we were against LSU. We haven't seen that since. So we'd like to see us rise up in those big occasions more. We have the guys to do it. We have the staff to do it. For whatever reason, we just don't step up in those opportunities. And speaking of opportunities, you have an opportunity to easily turn $10 into $100 with just a few taps over at PrizePicks.com. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types are what make PrizePicks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. It's so fun, so easy, and now it's even better when you go to PrizePicks.com and use my code BLADE to receive a guaranteed $50 once you play $5 in lineups. Again, guys, that is a guaranteed $50 once you play $5 in lineups after using my code BLADE at PrizePicks.com. Make sure you tune into the game preview on Thursday because I will have my picks for the week, and I will have a link for you guys to use so you can rock with the same lineup as me. Thank you so much, PrizePicks. Now let's get back into the video. All right, now moving over to the Trojan defense. Now, I think I've been guilty over the last few days of giving the defense too big of a pass. Because let's be honest, this was a flat out bad performance from D'Anton Lynn from this Trojan defense. Major 2022 vibes, major Dalton Kincaid vibes. I mean, if you guys watched my Penn State preview, I said clear as day, find Tyler Warren, circle him, highlight him, do whatever we have to do to stop him. Do not let him beat us. If my dumbass sitting here knows that, how the hell were we not prepared for it? I mean, he's their entire offense. We shut down the run game. What did we think they were going to do? Throw it to Julian Fleming? This made absolutely no sense, guys. And look, did he make some crazy plays? Yes, he did. I do not blame Zion Branch for that touchdown in the end zone. He was right there. His hands were up. Could he turn around and make a play in the ball? Yes, but the sun would have been right in his face. It would have been very hard to track. He did a very good job in that opinion. That's just a damn good play by Tyler Warren. I mean, but guys, for the love of God, 17 receptions, 224 yards. Unacceptable that we let one guy kill us again and again and again. Why did it take until the fourth quarter for Kamari Ramsey to start lining up on him? That should have been done very early on, in my opinion. If there's one complaint I have about D'Anton Lynn at this point in the season, he can be a little late to adjust at times, like we waited until the second half to adjust to what Michigan was doing. Wisconsin destroyed us the entire first half, but then we came out and shut them down. and we reacted even later in this one, waiting until the fourth quarter. So pretty frustrating when you think of it in that sense. But like I mentioned, we did do a very good job of shutting down this Penn State running game. Did not expect that, to be honest. I also want to give a major shout out to Devin Tompkins, who I think is playing some great ball for USC right now. Very quickly ascending the pecking order of Trojan defensive linemen. I think he was by far our best lineman in this game for sure. He led the team in pressures. He had 2 tackles on the day. I thought he was very good. Also was very impressed by Zion Branch. Would love to see more of him. He brings that physicality to the Trojan secondary. And man, we need to see more from Desmond Stevens. The athleticism this kid has, the physicality he plays with, the confidence he plays with. He was not hesitating one bit. But after going back and rewatching this entire game, the player I am most disappointed in, full stop, is John Humphrey. Obviously, getting beat on 2 4th downs is never ideal for a corner, but getting beat I can deal with. It's the quitting on the play on the 4th and 10 that just doesn't sit right with me. In that situation, in that moment, that is just something you cannot have under any circumstances. That was really one of the more disheartening plays I've seen this entire season. I'm very curious to see what his role is going forward. You know Doug Belk is not going to be happy with that. You know Danton Lynn's not going to be happy with that. But yeah, pulling off on the guy you're covering on that play, unacceptable. And guys, I think it's time we have a serious conversation about this Trojan pass rush. It's bad. I mean, it's really ineffective. We do not create many pressures. We do not get home to the quarterback. And you guys know me, I am a pressures over sacks guy. But I mean, we're 6 games into the season. We have 6 sacks as a team. 2 for Eric Gentry, 1.5 for Devin Tompkins. Ramsey and Shelby each have 1, and Akili Arnold has a half. I mean, that is just dreadful, no matter how you look at it. We have to do something to create more pressure on opposing quarterbacks and bring them down to the ground. This defense needs to create more game-changing plays. We need to hit the quarterback. We need to get in his head. Drew Aller, as big a guy as he does not like contact very much. And we did not challenge him all day in regards to that. So what are we going to do doing forward to create more pressure? Well, it's obvious we're going to have to manufacture some. That's going to be some corner blitzes. That's going to be some nickel blitzes. Not having Eric Gentry out there is a massive blow because he is by far our best pass rushing linebacker. But look, man, the stand-up edges, we have to see more from him. Braylon Shelby has to take that step. Solomon Tuliapupu has to be more effective. Jamil Muhammad was so close to bringing down Drew Aller in that 4th quarter. But that's the thing with this team this year, isn't it? We're so close, but we just can't finish the job. Anthony Lucas is getting more attention over the last few weeks, including Penn State giving him a very low hit on the knee. It might have been the first offensive play for them. It was definitely the first series. So if Anthony's going to be getting all that attention, someone else is going to have to step up. And look, as good as Anthony has been, he hasn't really made that game-changing play yet. He still doesn't have a sack. Now, we did do a better job with pressures in this game than we have done in recent weeks. Again, 4 for Devin Tompkins, 3 for Jamil Muhammad, 2 for Anthony Lucas. Desmond Stevens had 1. But overall, only 3 quarterback hits, Anthony Lucas with 2, John Humphrey with 1. We simply have to get more pressure on the quarterback. We have to hit him. We have to get in their head. And as a whole, the Trojan pass rush is not doing that right now. Now, talking about special teams for a brief minute, Eddie Czaplicki is an absolute weapon as a punter. He is at a different level this year, looking like he's going to be first team All Big Ten, which is extraordinary for him. An absolute beast. Very grateful that we have him. And Michael Lance, man, he has missed a kick in each of our big games. He missed a kick against LSU. He missed a kick against Michigan. He obviously missed one against Penn State. But he's been very good on the year. I still have a ton of confidence in him. He has a big leg. Really wish Miller wouldn't have thrown that pick. Would have loved to see him get an opportunity to walk that one off. But yeah, pretty thrilled with our specialists overall. So yeah, going forward, this is not a college football playoff team. This team's not going to contend for the Big Ten title. That's what hurts me most. But we do have a very big game against Maryland on Saturday. I know it might not feel like a big game, but I promise you it is. How is this team going to come out and respond? I have done some study on Maryland, and let me just say this is a dreadful football team. I get that there's other factors, like it's a road game. You know we're going to get screwed by the refs because that's what happens to us in 2024, man. But that is a bad football team that I think we have a chance to get after. And if we head into College Park and we beat their ass and we feel really good about ourselves coming out of it, I do feel like there is a chance to salvage something from this season. But it all starts on Saturday. If we lose, all hell is going to break loose in this fan base. It is a must win, and I'm very confident that our guys are going to get that done. But if you did happen to enjoy this video, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for all the support. You're all awesome, and as always, take care and fight on.